Hi Spartans! We are here for some lunch interviews with seniors, asking them how they feel about graduating and how their high school experience has been. How do you feel about your high school experience?
It's been pretty good so far. I got to see a lot of people, see some old friends last time. I got to do some stuff that I think was informative to me, especially recently humanities. I really like that class.
I really want to take that. That sounds like an awesome class.
I recommend it.
Okay, great. How do you guys feel about your high school experience as seniors?
I'm ready to be done.
Yeah.
Very ready to graduate. Yes.
How do you feel about your high school experience?
I think we left a lot out on the field day. But I think overall we do become better as a team. Personally, I feel like I left a lot out there too, but we strive through adversity.
It's okay. It's weird. And most people are awful, but that's okay.
Are you excited to graduate?
Very much so.
Yeah. Where do you plan to go?
I'm going to San Diego State University to study criminology and biology.
That's awesome. I wish you luck.
Thank you.
Okay, how do you feel about your high school experience?
I've had a good time. It's been kind of stressful through COVID times, and I'm definitely ready to graduate.
Yeah, where are you going?
I haven't decided yet. But
Okay, well, I wish you best of luck.
awesome, thank you.
Thanks for watching Spartan News.
I'm here with Hallie Biggs, commanding officer of the Board Game Club.
I'm also the professional babysitter.
It's an impressive job resume. So what do we do here at the Board Game Club at this meeting today?
Today we're playing blackjack. I got to teach the kiddos young how to get into gambling.
Do we play with real money here at the Board Game Club?
Unfortunately not. We got these cute little coins. That's all we got.
Those are some nice looking coins. So what does an ordinary meeting of the Board Game Club look like?
Well, in ordinary meeting, we don't typically do gambling. We play actual board games or card games. We don't discriminate. We're real gamers here. Sometimes we have snacks.
Yum, yum, yum. What's your favorite card in a deck of cards?
Yeah. Not that one. This one.
Wow, the Ace of Hearts. Can you zoom in on that? I know I taught you how like a second ago.
Wow.
Cool, zoom back out. You're an amateur. Alright. So the scenery's a little different from last time Board Game Club was on Spartan News. What's the deal with that?
Yeah, Mr. Meidel's on a soul-searching journey in Argentina. Just found that out. I didn't even know where he was until a couple minutes ago. We convinced Mr. Dunn to take over, though, so now we're in this cute little science classroom instead of a cute little history classroom.
It's room 310. Stop by after school on Wednesdays for Board Game Club.
I swear we do normal games.
Do you have any special comments? That's been, what card was that?
Huh? I don't know.
The Ace of Diamonds, I'm pretty sure. Thanks for watching.
Could you say Board Game Club has changed my life real quick?
Board Game Club has changed my life real quick.
Hey Spartans, we're back with this week's book corner, and today I'm going to interview Jacob about It's What I Do. So Jacob, what's this book about?
So it's about a photographer in the middle of a war zone, and he explains his story about being in the war zone.
What would you rate this book at?
I rated it an 8.5. It's really interesting. I really recommend it.
And is there anything else that we should know about this book?
So the author is currently in Kyiv in Ukraine.
Oh, wow.
And I really hope to see what he thinks about it.
Well, thank you so much for tuning in, Spartans, and we hope to see you next week.
Bye.
I'm here with Nash Rickert, president of the Sports Analytics Club. So how long have you been a member of the club?
So I initially joined as a freshman as sort of a lower level member since I hadn't taken any statistics classes yet. And I just went to basketball games and maybe even a baseball game taking track of statistics for upperclassmen to use to analyze. And I wanted to be a leader in the club, but sports went dormant at the school for about 2 years. But this year I had the opportunity to restart it as president with a new board consisting of Caleb, Mace, Grace, and Max, and myself, and get back to the club. So I've technically done it all 4 years, but just not for the middle two.
So what do you do in Sports Analytics Club?
So basically the main thing that we do is we go to school sports games like basketball and softball, and we analyze and track the statistics that the coaches want us to do. So, for example, in basketball, we track turnovers per player, passes per possession, amount of times that we got the ball into the paint on each possession, and things like triple stops per game. And then we also created shot charts for every player and for the whole team. And then we can hand that data back to the coaches for decision making and analyze it ourselves. So anyways, with that data, we can also analyze it ourselves in addition to giving it back to the coaches. For example, by placing it in an Excel spreadsheet and then importing it to a coding language called R, which we learn about in Honors Applied Statistics in Mr. Lewis's class. And from there, we can run regressions, inference tests, confidence intervals on all sorts of aspects of the data to get a better idea of what makes the team run.
So is taking statistic classes a prerequisite for the club?
No, absolutely not, because we need all sorts of people to go to games and track data, and also the club is a great learning opportunity for people who want to learn more about statistics in the run-up to taking statistics courses. But I would recommend, separate from the club, Honors Applied Statistics is a great class for anybody who's interested to take at some point in high school.
Okay. So what do you enjoy most about being in Sports Analytics Club?
I've had the opportunity to meet a lot of wonderful underclassmen. Get in here. A lot of wonderful underclassmen and juniors with the maturity of underclassmen in this club, like Jonah.
That's not funny.
And Harris, and Ian, and Locke.
Matt.
And Alex Miller, who are all rising stars in this club.
And Allie. And Mace.
Those are seniors.
Well, I thought we were just listing off people in the club.
Yeah, I joined.
Sounds like a really
These are my two
cast.
favorite... These are my two favorite members of the club, and
especially me.
Without them, this club would be nothing. And my opportunity to meet them and get to know them better is my favorite part about the club.
What's the Sports Analytics Club going to be like next year?
Well, there's one important thing to understand about the Sports Analytics Club. The most important thing about the Sports Analytics Club is that we are not a democracy. So right now, the Sports Analytics Club has a 5-person board, which was not democratically elected. The reason being that the club didn't exist last year, so we sort of created it ourselves. But going forward, the club is going to continue to be extremely authoritarian. We're not going to hold elections for our future board members or presidents. They are going to be entirely hand-selected by the board, and especially by the president, yours truly. But first, they have to prove themselves both in club meetings, at games, through attendance, participation, appropriate behavior, non-disruptiveness, and overall high leadership qualities is what's important to us. And I believe that through an authoritarian process, like China, we can continue to grow. Join Sports Analytics Club. Join Sports Analytics Club. Join Sports Analytics Club. Join Sports Analytics Club. Join Sports Analytics Club.